Now before we get into today's video, I just want to wish everybody out there a very, very Merry Christmas. I hope that you are enjoying your day. I hope that you're spending it with friends and family and that you are safe and well. Just a big thank you as well from the channel for all the positive support over the past year. Really appreciate it, guys. And again, Merry Christmas. Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel. Now then, on today's video we're going to be looking at this. It's a little 1/24th scale rally car, not this one, this one. This has very kindly been donated to the channel for review by Banggood. Now, as you're probably aware, I get offered stuff all the time from Banggood, and some of it I refuse, but some of it has certain features on that I think, oh, you know, that's quite interesting, might be of interest to somebody. Now this is a little 1/24th scale rally car. It costs just 22 quid at the moment, which is, you know, for nothing, which is about $27. But this thing has a gyro in it, an inbuilt gyro. So this must be the cheapest little car with that, you know, those sort of electronics in that I've come across. So I thought, you know what, we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see if this thing works, because if it does, this would be an absolute bargain. So anyway, let's have a quick look at the box. Actually, we're ready to run. I think all you need to supply is the usual batteries in the transmitter. 1/24th scale, 2-wheel drive, so that should be interesting. It's got a little LiPo battery, charger included, I should hope so as well. 2.4 gig, all-in-one control ESC, so I suppose that's the gyro as well. ESC, well that is the gyro, and dual tyre replacement, so I bet it comes with a set of drift wheels. Anyway, enough waffle, let's crack the box open and see what we get. Right then, in the box we get our instructions, a USB battery charger, what look like some wing mirrors and some R-clips. We get our little drift tyres, and I think these just basically push onto the rims. We get a little transmitter, and this feels a bit small, a bit cheap and nasty, but it's not going to be anything decent at that price. We've got on-off button, throttle dual rate by the looks of things, steering trim and throttle trim as well. No ESP adjustment, or have we? Is that the throttle dual rate? I'll have to have a look at the instructions. And last but not least, we've got the little rally car itself. Look at that. Another little Ford Focus rip-off. I mean, it actually looks quite smart. I mean, there's absolutely nothing to it. It's all plastic, as you would imagine. We've got little tiny rally blocks that it comes with. Some very rudimentary suspension at the back there. I take it the battery must live in here. There's no suspension on the front. It's just literally uses like the torsion effect of the plastic. This is like super cheap. Oh, I'll test anything on this channel. Let's have a quick look underneath the body. Oh, if I can get the R-clips in it, that is. And that's it, really. Gosh, there's nothing to it. A little tiny motor at the back. We've got a little tiny spring there. There must be a series of gears in that little gearbox. But Wi-Fi. Oh yes, one of the accessories is a camera for this. You can have a camera and LED. LED. They are like little running lights, sort of to give you UV lights underneath. But anyway, let's charge this thing up. Let's try it. I'm dying to see what it's like. Right, the battery actually comes in its own little pod, if you like, and you charge it up. It's like a micro USB charger, so this just basically clips in and out of the bottom of the car. Right, I've just charged the battery up, and it didn't take very long at all. I mean, it's only a little 300 milliamp hour unit, so I think they quote sort of 20-30 minutes. And it just basically clips back into the body, and that's it. Now, check this out. This is genuinely got a gyro in it. I don't know if you can hear or see that. If I move the car, obviously it's trying to keep the wheels straight. I mean, I'm not touching the transmitter at all, but it's definitely trying to correct itself. So this thing has actually got a gyro in it. Anyway, I'm dying to see what this thing is like, whether this actually makes a difference at all. I mean, it is proper rear-wheel drive, so technically this is a proper little drift car. Okay then, I hope you can hear me over the wind. We're pretty much experiencing the tail end of a storm here in the UK, so it is really windy. I tried this thing indoors. It's absolutely infuriating to use. The gyro isn't quick enough to keep up with, because it's only a light car and it just swaps ends so quick. The gyro just isn't capable of keeping up with the car, so on the drift wheels it's just infuriating to use, and I pretty much gave up on the thing. because it was really do me head in. So I thought we'd come outside, put these little rally blocks on, and try it on some tarmac, because as a drift car, personally I think this thing is absolutely useless. Inside, what do we think of our little Kootai drift car here? Well, let's have some good and bad points. We won't break with tradition. Let's go for the bad ones first. Personally, I think this is a pretty crap drift car. I mean, personally, I find it really infuriating to use. The gyro isn't quick enough to compensate for the rate at which the car spins when you put the power on, when it's got the drift wheels on. You can turn the throttle dual rate right down. This does help, but then you don't get the drift that you're trying to achieve, and if you turn it up, it just pirouettes uncontrollably, basically, as far as I can tell. It just swaps ends too readily. I think it's just because it's so light and small. Drift car, forget it. Right, then let's have some good points, and the first of which is the price. This thing is 22 quid, which for a 1/24th scale, fully proportional rally car, is not a lot of money to spend at all. The second point I've got written down on my list is that this thing is reasonably entertaining once you get past the fact that it doesn't really make a very good drift car, and you put these little rally blocks on outside on pavement. It is actually quite good fun. The third thing I've got written down on my list is actually the battery life on this thing. It may only be a little 300 milliamp hour unit, but it's only got a tiny motor in the back. So the battery life is a good 25 minutes, I reckon. And another positive point, especially at this price point, is the fact that this thing is fully proportional and it does work quite well. The gyro does actually work, and it works a lot better with these rally block tyres than it does the drift wheels, especially on the pavement. And if you aim it in a straight line, the gyro does actually keep it in a straight line. You can see it working. So given the right conditions, I mean, this thing is 22 quid and it does have a fully functioning gyro in it. Right then, conclusion time. Would I recommend the little Kootai mini rally car to you guys? I think if you're a hardened RC enthusiast, I don't think this is going to be something that interests you. It doesn't really float my boat, mainly because of the scale. I mean, not a massive fan of some of these smaller scale sort of street RC cars, because you are quite limited where you can take them. However, if you've got kids would absolutely love this. I mean, it is a fully proportional rally car, RC rally car, with a gyro for 22 quid. So from that standpoint, you literally cannot go wrong. And it has got a reasonable turn of speed for what it is. So I suppose there's a caveat to it. No, if you're an RC enthusiast, I don't think it's going to be anything that interests you. But if you've got kids, honestly, I think they'd love it. As ever, if you want one of these, I will leave a link in the description to where you can go and get one from. And if you've enjoyed the video and you find it of some use and interest, please give it a big thumbs up. And we're almost at 3,000 subscribers now, so I'll be absolutely cock-a-hoop if we can do it before the new year. So if you want to do the channel a massive favour, click that subscribe. I mean, most of the people that watch these videos are not subscribers. Click that subscribe and do the channel a favour.